everyone, and welcome to Weed & Secret. Today I'm making a rose quartz soap. So we're going to start off with some Stevenson's Melt and Pour No Sweat, and it really is good. It doesn't sweat. It's excellent. I don't know why I do know why I've been using the crystal clear all these years, but yeah, I don't use much melt and pour, but if I do use it, I'm going to be using this one. Now, incidentally, this is a patented box that Stevenson's created, and as you can see, it opens up pretty easily, and I would imagine they can just pour the melted soap straight into the boxes, and so it's very useful and probably very time saving for them, not time consuming. So I'm not going to chop the whole thing up. I'm just going to chop some off there and then just leave it in the box. It cuts fairly easily, and it looks a little opaque at the moment, but once you've melted it, it is pretty clear. I'm hoping that'll be enough for what I need to do today. So we can just, there's always little pieces stuck in the corners here, so just make sure you peel those off and use them. In fact, you can see how nice and clear that is. Okay, so I'm going to be using Candy Pink Mica from the Soap Kitchen. I just wanted the pale, ever so pale, palest pink mica for doing this. And we're going to actually make some crystals to go in the soap. So what we're going to do first is just chop up some very small chunks, and you're going to need a silicone mold. Any kind of silicone mold will do, this type, or if you're doing smaller quantities, this type will do. I was going to use those square ones, but I needed to use multiples of them, and then I saw this in the cupboard and I thought I'll just wash that out and use that one. So we're just going to chop it up into nice small little cubes. And then we're going to put those straight into the silicone mold. So I'll have some of the soap won't have any colour or anything in it. Just as a better effect if you're trying to do a crystal soap. I think the camera might be better at the other side of me actually. So just roughly chop it in lots of different directions. just like you would if you were chopping your veg up. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some Arctic White mica to these. Actually, it might be better if I use a sieve. Just give them a good stir. They look better already. They look like crystals already. It's incredible. Let's have a close-up, shall we? These are the ones at this side that haven't been done. And then the ones with the mica on just look so beautiful. Gorgeous. Do you know, when I first started soaping, I didn't ever use micas. I just used to use water-based liquid dyes for the melt and pour, and then I would use pigments for the cold process. Just give them a really good stir so all the sides get coated. It didn't take much mica at all there, did it, to do all of this? So I think what I'm going to do, because there's quite a lot of mica on the bottom, I think I'll wash out the mould again. I think I'll just put those in a sieve. I put just enough in there actually. There's no powder actually, you know, covering these. And if I'd put too much in, would have probably had a lot of powder just sitting on top of there. Right. Okay, so I'm thinking I haven't got enough chunks here to melt to cover the little ones that I've just made. So I'm just going to chop in a bit more up. I don't want to use all of this, so I'm just going to put that to one side, and if I need any more I'll just chop some more up. So I'm going to pop those in a jug to melt them. So you don't need to wear rubber gloves when you're making melt and pour. So already saponified, and yes, it does have lye in. All soap has lye in it. All modern soap, shall we say. Okay, so I've got about 1 litre of melted soap in here. And we're just going to put the tiniest amount of this pink in there. So just that much. Just to give it a lovely rosy quartzy colour. That's exactly what it does. It's a bit scary, this mica, because when you see it in the pot, it looks darker than it actually is, but that is absolutely perfect. So I'm just going to give that a spray with some rubbing alcohol. Now, when you're doing this type of pour, and you need this soap to actually stick to all the granules, your soap needs to be nice and hot, but it does actually feel a little bit too hot at the moment. So as soon as it's round about the right temperature, we'll pour it. Okay, so the temperature is about 158, so around about 158 Fahrenheit. So around about 150 is always the best temperature to pour melted soap onto embeds, so that the melted soap sticks to the embeds but it doesn't melt them. If this soap that's melted here is too cool, it won't actually stick to the embeds and then it'll all break apart. So I don't know, I usually put the embeds in and then pour the melted soap on, but I saw someone do it the other way, put the melted soap into the mould and then pour the embeds in. So I think I'm just going to try it that way. I'll just give it a spray before we do that. There we are, just about perfect for quantity. So I haven't needed this other bit of soap. So we're just going to squeeze those down, just loosen them up a little bit. I was actually going to put fragrance in. I decided not to, because some fragrances can make the melt and pour. I mean, it's going to be cloudy anyway because it's got the mica in it. So yeah, I just wanted to avoid that. There'll be plenty of fragrance actually in the soap that I'm making. So let's just leave that to set. We'll see, I'll time it and see how long it takes to set. It won't take very long because it's got all those embeds in there. So it's going to be 6.6 centimeters for each cut. So there we are, that's what it looks like inside, just ever so pastely pink. I mean, it literally just looks like a piece of rose quartz crystal, doesn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to cut this into strips. Then just take your potato peeler and try and make your soap look like a crystal, which is not hard to do at all. So there we have all of our beautiful crystals ready to go. So pretty. Okay, it's now time to add our lye to our oils. So the temperature of my oils in Fahrenheit is 96 at the moment. I nearly put the lid from the lye onto the temperature gauge there. I'm going to get my... Okay, because this fragrance moves fast, I'm going to mix my colours first. Instead of mixing the fragrance into the whole batch, I'm going to mix my colours, split them, mix my colours, and then right at the last second before I pour, I'm going to put the fragrance in. Now I don't want too much of each colour, so just about 250 mils. So I'm going to use some bright gold from Mineral Makeup Ingredients. Gold and pink always look beautiful together. Also going to add some Burlesque from You Make It Up. I think you can get that, well, I'll put a link in the description box below if you haven't got an account with You Make It Up. But there are companies in the UK that sell it. And then I'm also using Just Bronze from Mineral Makeup Ingredients. I wish You Make It Up did allow new accounts, because their mica is, I think it's half the price that you pay with the other mica companies in our country. So I'm just going to use a whisk to stir in obviously I just want a nice pastely pale pink for the body of the soap, but just with some nice delicate swirl colours going in there. And once we get to pouring, I might not say a lot because I think I'm going to start panicking because the soap's moving too fast. Burlesque's a beautiful colour. It does pale down quite a lot once it's saponified, but it's a stunning, stunning colour. And then we're just going to pop some candy pink mica, which is from the Soap Kitchen. Have a little bit more in there, just another teaspoonful. It's better. You can actually see the colour now, rather than it just looking beige or gold. Rather than it just looking beige or gold. So you can actually see the colour now, rather than just looking beige or gold. Okay, here we go. I've put my fragrance in. I'm hoping I can actually make 3 loaves out of this double batch, because I'm putting a lot of melt and pour in there. We're okay so far. Well, these are all the shavings off the crystals, so I'm not going to sprinkle loads in, I'm just going to sprinkle some in. And then I'm just going to take my whisk just to stir those in and, you know, separate them quite a lot. I just hope there's enough soap, but it doesn't matter, because if there isn't, I can always make a bit more to top it up. So now let's pour in the swirls that we want. So obviously I don't want to let this batter come too high up on the silicone liner, because I've still got all those crystals to add, and once you add those, that'll push the level up. They look gorgeous together, those colours, don't they? And nothing like a bit of pink and gold together. You know how much I love them. This is a different pink to the type of pink I usually go for, but I just want to try loads of different colours this year. Because I have an old assessment, pre-2013, I can actually do that in the UK. I think that's going to work out really well actually, and luckily this soap isn't moving as fast as I thought it was gonna. But I did do just a sample just before I started to pour, and it's solid already. There you can see it, but I did put quite a lot in. I just wanted to put as much in as I can. So if you put as much in as you can, as you dare, and it still doesn't move fast, then you know you're in safe. when you're doing multiple loaves like this, just check the sides of the liners to see how far the soap's coming up the side, because they're much nicer if you have them all the same height. It smells fantastic, this. It's just beautiful. Right, so we've got a little bit of gold left. I think the soap just needs to thicken up a little bit more, yeah, before I put those in. If I put them in at the moment, they're just going to sink to the bottom, and I don't want that. I want them to stick out at the top. So as soon as it's ready to put them in, I'll be back. For you, that'll be in 1 second. I'm going to take some out of here and pop it in like this.
What a mess. You're going to be really short in that, aren't you?
Well, of course, that one won't get used, will it? I just know I'll be really disappointed if they're short. It's funny how the soap gets thicker in the centre and then around the outside it's like runny still. I think I'm doing the right thing. Right.
It's cold out there.
My mum and them have got loads of snow.
Have?
Adrian and them are out sledging.
Yeah.
Well, they were this morning. Right, now let's get those in. That's the one you were looking at though, isn't it?
No.
I'm sure you showed me that one that was beside the bed.
Yeah, that one.
John's looking for a recliner chair. He's wanted one forever. I hate them because they look ugly. So he's just looking for a second-hand cheap one.
She says she's had to throw on it all the time.
I mean, it would clean up anyway with our new vax, wouldn't it?
If it's been in a bedroom.
I mean, you'd still clean it, wouldn't you?
Oh, aye.
You don't want people's dirty butts on your chair, do you?
It's just like for my work gear. It's just like if I come in my work gear, I can sit in it. If it lasts a year or two,
yeah,
and then you can scop it out.
Yeah, we've definitely got pink on the inside. I'm loving that. If you like the pink champagne that we used to do, you're going to really like this. It's not the same by any means, but it's in the same sort of family, you know, like a cousin of or that kind of thing. I'm very happy with that. Definitely really pretty, that one.
Don't wanna be in love if it's not with you. Don't wanna cry that extra tear. Don't want to make mountains move. Let summer go, tell my skin to forget every little thing about you. Hear me out, come down, so that we can lay still for a while. Hand me a smile. I know we've tried too many times now.
A captivating blend of sparkling pink crystals laying gently on opulent velvet moonlit rose mingles with zingy black raspberry to complete on a seductive base of warm, dark, smooth ambers, earthy patchouli and sheer musk. That's the fragrance description on this one. I hope you enjoyed this video. As usual, we'll have another one, not tomorrow but the next day, and I'll see you all very soon for another video from Eden's Secret. Bye bye for now, everyone.